Let me tell you, we have these beautiful 30 paintings that's on my left side, and every painting represents a celebrated entrepreneur. And these 30 paintings have been also, consolidated in a book form that are put up on these shelves on the left and right of the stage. And in the market, the books would be available, but these customized cover pages, with these beautiful paintings would not be available. And this is only to kind of celebrate and appreciate and acknowledge the hard work, the grit, the determination our entrepreneurs and the students have put forward to bring out and enliven the lives and these stories. So thank you. I also thank our three esteemed guests who have come and helped us in the book launch ceremony. Moving on to the next session, which is the last session. It is a session with Mr. Kevin Craig Geiger, and I would come and take up that discussion with him. To have with us Professor Kevin Geiger. He is an eminent professor turned entrepreneur. Although he does not feature in the book, he, along with Gajanan, is behind Kalos. You just heard about that. Kalos is the software technology company which has done path-breaking work in digital signal processing. It is an enterprise that spans 2 continents, as he divides his time between US and Goa, where Gajanan is based. You have been a consultant at GE Healthcare, a professor of digital signal processing at University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee in the US. He holds a master's degree in electrical engineering and a doctoral degree in patents and international business. Let us find out from Professor Kevin his entrepreneurial story. So my first question to you is that after all this that you gathered, how come entrepreneurship business stuck to you?
Well, the truth is nobody in my family was an entrepreneur, so a lot of entrepreneurs come to it because their families run a business, and they either end up running that business or coming up with their own idea for a new business. But nobody in my family ran a business, and I just seem to have a knack for it. I don't have an explanation. Even when I was a boy, I would put up a stand to sell sodas to the kids. So part of it, it's just my nature, I guess, would be a good explanation. I was ambitious. That's the word I'm looking for.
Oh, lovely. And so according to you about entrepreneurship, you having this diverse experience, being into academics, what is the real essence of entrepreneurship? Is it about creating something new? Is it about following your heart? What is it?
Both of those, they really apply. I think a lot of times people, they don't want to work for an MNC or a corporate or even for their dad's shop, that they want to strike out and do something that is uniquely them, that defines their character. And they want to prove that they can do it. There are other reasons, I suppose. They might find their work unrewarding. They might be bored. They might find that they're not expressing their best talent. So there are lots of reasons for entrepreneurship. The motivations are as different as there are people in the world. But I think a lot of people express that motivation in the same way, as I said earlier, through their passion and their persistence.
We would also like to hear your experience in terms of collaborating with Mr. Gajanan, you coming from US, and the story behind that.
Okay, so this is an interesting story. We both worked for GE Medical Systems. He was in India and I was in Milwaukee, which is in the center of the United States. And he had come for a visit, and I had been working there at GE for a few decades, actually. And I didn't know him, and we had a mutual friend who brought him over to the house, and we immediately clicked, and we first of all became friends. And then he said, well, I live in Goa, and you've been working with Indians for 20 years. You must know about Goa. And I said, yes, I've heard about Goa. Yes, I will come for a holiday in Goa. And then when I came for a holiday in Goa, we sat down and talked and decided that we were both interested in starting a business together and being partners. So then we started a software consulting business, and our first customer was the National Institute of Oceanography, which is located in Panjim. And at the same time we started that business, this was a little over 7 years ago. The first iPhone hadn't quite come out yet, and we decided that smartphones were the wave of the future, and we were going to make something that was smartphone-based and medical, and maybe that would be a heart monitor, we didn't know. And then I had a heart attack within days of making that decision. So then it was like, I'm not a superstitious person, but it really seemed like a sign of, at least that it was a needed product. It was something that would have a market, just based on my own experience.
That's quite fascinating how it all came about. You being in India now, and people in the country would be hearing you, they would be reading, and this conversation is also going across the country. So what message would you like to give to the young minds, elders also, in terms of business and entrepreneurship?
Well, the United States is sort of known for this can-do attitude. There's sort of this very high level of ambition and independence, especially on the part of the younger people. So I see that happening in India now, and it's very exciting. So I would say, without, to the young people, without causing a problem for your family, work to explore your ambitions and work as hard as you can, because if you're allowed by your parents to chase your goals, to chase your dreams, then you're more likely to succeed.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you, and thank you for this rendezvous. Thank you for coming all the way from US to Lucknow to India, and sharing your experiences, sharing your story with us.
Thank you, Shobit. It was a pleasure, and thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you.